Welcome to the Rip and Rise Roadmap, a podcast where we focus on mental well-being, tackling unhelpful habits, and living fruitful professional and personal lives. Welcome back to the Rip and Rise Roadmap podcast. I'm Dr. Catherine Muyeba, your host, and I'm thrilled that you are here to continue our journey to living vibrant and fruitful lives. In our last episode, we reconnected after a short break and laid the foundation for this season, exploring how different key areas of life affect mental well-being. Today, we're starting with physical health, a cornerstone of overall well-being and a critical factor in mental health. Let's talk about real life impact of challenges in our physical health on mental well-being using relatable case studies of women navigating chronic conditions like chronic pain, diabetes, sickle cell disease, and more. So why should we be talking about the connection between physical health and mental health anyway? Well, as we heard last week, the World Health Organization defines mental well being as more than just the absence of mental illness. It is about being able to cope with life stresses, realize our potential, work productively, and contribute to our community. Physical health plays a huge role in this. When our bodies struggle, our minds are affected too. And chronic illness or pain or unmanaged health conditions can lead to stress and anxiety and depression and even those feelings of isolation. There are many chronic conditions that impact mental well being. For example, heart conditions can make us feel more tired and cause physical limitations, which can then lead to anxiety and depression. And then respiratory illnesses or lung conditions like asthma or other chronic lung conditions can cause breathing difficulties during those flare ups, and that can precipitate panic attacks or even heightened stress levels. And then we have the autoimmune disorders such as lupus or rheumatoid arthritis, which often involve chronic pain, inflammation, and fluctuating energy levels, which affect our mood and coping abilities. And then we consider obesity or severe weight challenges. The physical strain on the body can lead to low self esteem, social isolation, and difficulty in staying active, all of which can negatively affect our mental health. And lastly, let's talk about sickle cell disease. And this inherited condition can significantly impact mental well being due to chronic pain, fatigue, frequent medical complications suffered by those who are affected. And this can lead to anxiety, depression, and emotional exhaustion. And it's not uncommon for people to experience social isolation, stigma, and missed opportunities in their education or work, further contributing to those feelings of inadequacy, while financial and caregiving burdens add to that emotional strain. So we can see how challenges in our physical health can affect different aspects of mental well-being. The ability to cope with life stresses, the impact on realizing our full potential, the disruption in our work and personal responsibilities, and physical illness may cause isolation or strain our relationships. So, how can the RIP framework help? Well, the RIP framework empowers us to become more aware about how our physical health can impact our mental health. And this awareness can help us regain control by intentionally implementing the full skills of the RIP framework, reflecting on what's going well despite the difficult circumstances, and then envisioning realistic positive changes that could be possible, And then we analyze the menu of options available to close that gap between our current reality and what could be. Some resources could include referral to specialists, engaging in support groups with people of similar conditions, and also other activities that can be accessed online or in our own community. Then planning small, consistent steps to improve both physical health and mental health. And to explain this further, I'll share some stories of women who have faced these challenges. Let's start with Kate, not her real name, is a 42-year-old mother of two who lives with fibromyalgia, a chronic pain condition. The pain she experiences daily impacts her sleep, leaving her exhausted and at times irritable. And over time, this has led to anxiety and feelings of hopelessness. When Kate reflected on how her pain was affecting her mental and emotional health, she was able to open up and discuss the issue with a view to doing something about it. She envisioned what small improvements might look like. And then she pictured a time when she could have better energy for her young children. Kate analyzed her resources, such as her general practitioner. She explored support groups and accessed the help of her physiotherapist. She set an intention and planned for manageable lifestyle changes, starting with gentle stretches and pacing her activities one change at a time. And although Kate is not pain free today, she has more control over her mental well being. Her journey is a complex one and it can take a long time to see significant improvements. Kate reminds us that small steps towards managing physical pain can make a big difference. And what about Maria, again, not her real name, age 36, was diagnosed with type 2 diabetes in her early 30s. At first, she ignored the diagnosis altogether, continuing her usual eating habits and avoiding exercise. But over time, her unmanaged blood sugar levels began to take a toll, causing tiredness, mood swings, and that brain fog. She found herself withdrawing from friends and missing work deadlines. When I first worked with Maria over another stress related issue, she used the RIP framework to turn things around. As she began to reflect on her life and the current reality, it turned out that her stress was actually due to fears and frustrations about the diabetes diagnosis. She had struggled to accept this. She then envisioned a healthier, more clear headed version of herself and did not just think it, but began to feel it. This was no longer a wish, but something she believed she could achieve. And why is that important? When we see clearly and feel the outcome we desire, it becomes easier to stay motivated and focused on that goal. Maria enjoyed creating a vision board about what life could be like, and this helped her even more. Maria analyzed her diet and current lifestyle. She engaged with her local dietitian and joined a local slimming club. And with this newfound vision, Maria planned realistic changes, starting with a daily walk, meal prepping, and using recipes from the internet and also from the slimming group. And little by little, things began to change for Maria. Her blood sugars are now under control, and her mental clarity and mood have improved. She realized just how much better her mental well being feels when her body is cared for. So, these examples highlight the interconnectedness of physical and mental well being and the potential for hope and progress when we take those small intentional steps. So, what's next? In our next episode, we'll discuss relational health and how our relationships or lack thereof impact our well being. And in closing, if today's stories resonated with you, remember that you are not alone and there's always a way forward. I encourage you to visit my website, www.catherinemuyeba.com, for resources, including the Reap and Rise Journal, which can help guide you on this journey. And don't forget to subscribe and share this podcast with a friend, and join us next week as we continue unpacking the keys to a vibrant and fruitful life. Until next time, reflect, envision, analyze, and plan your way to better health, because your well-being matters.